and take any questions you guys have.
Well, that was just a great road win. Anytime you can get a road win in this league, it's valuable. They're hard to get. So really, really proud of this group. 5-0 in the Big 12 era for TCU for the first time ever. And so what this group's doing is really special. And what they're doing is really, really hard to do. 3 of our first 5 games were on the road. So incredibly proud of them. I thought Sedona imposed her will in the first half and got us off to a great start. And she has the ability to do that for us. And they didn't have an answer for her. And whether or not she scored or passed, we could facilitate things through her, and she created for us. And I thought Aaliyah had just a great energy and was a great spark off the bench. Obviously, she hit some big shots. But Aaliyah's so versatile. She impacts the game defensively and on the glass every single possession. But we had a great all-around game. I thought Haley was tremendous in the fourth quarter, making plays for us. And then our growth, you guys. Our journey, we're stats-wise, we're one of the most efficient offenses in the country. And our growth is how good can we get defensively. And we really challenged the team since the Kansas game to continue to grow in that area. And we're going to get better between now and March. But our ceiling is dictated by being able to defend and rebound. And this was one of the best defensive efforts we had since I've been at TCU. They shot 22% from the field, 11% from 3. Our team was locked in, and so really, really proud of them, and this was a big win for us.
You talk about that defensive effort, Coach. Tech didn't score until I think 1:18 left in the fourth, held them to 4 points in the fourth quarter. Is that just a will, any adjustments, or is that just, like you said, your team being locked in?
No, it's these kids. Their talent level to be elite is there. And you guys have to understand, in this era, half our team's new. They're still learning to play together and on both sides of the ball. And they figured out the offensive side quicker than the defensive side. But these two are 2 of the best defenders in the country, and we have a gang of them. And so, but you got to be a unit, and you got to talk and communicate. And that takes time to get really good. But we held them to 5 points in the second quarter, 4 points in the fourth. I mean, you do that, you're going to win a lot of games over the course of the season.
Aaliyah, it looks like you've been more aggressive on the offensive end. Are you gaining confidence? Is it just finding your role in the system that's led to that?
Yes, Mark puts a lot of confidence in me. I think I just go out there and do what I know how to do. Sometimes I like to overthink, and that doesn't lead to good things sometimes. So just going out there, knowing that he has confidence in me, knowing that he trusts me, that lifts a weight off my shoulders and just allows me to go out there and play.
I'll say this, and this is our whole team. If you see all these kids work on their craft and get up extra shots, and Aaliyah's in there every day, and so when you see their work ethic, then it's easy to give them the ultra green light to go make plays and to shoot. And Aaliyah's a matchup problem because she impacts the game on the glass, on the defensive end, and then she has the ability to shoot and score around the basket. And we have quite a few kids that can do that.
Coach, how important was it to weather the beginning of the game? You know, Tech really came out, and really.
Yeah, no doubt. You have some very high-profile kids on this team. We're the number 11 team in the country. You're going to get everybody's best shot. It's a big game when we come in, and so our team's growing and learning and understanding that. And you have to weather the storm on the road. And over the course of 40 minutes, it's hard to keep up with us and sustain that level of energy. But Haley, Sedona have been in so many battles and so many wars over their college career. They understand it, but now the rest of the team's truly understanding that. And you've been in enough of these that when you come into someone's home court, the mindset, we understand what we're up against.
Yeah, Sedona, sort of along those lines, what does it mean that, TCU brings that out of teams that, you're getting everyone's best shot?
Oh, it's really cool. The team that I came into, right, was not the same as we are now. Taking over a 1-17 program, it's pretty special to be at this point now in the season and with this team. And so it's fun, it's challenging, it's a blessing that we get all these street fights everywhere we go, and so it just continues to make us better, and we enjoy it always, right? It's a competition.
Sedona, you talk about, kind of those street fights. You've been seeing a lot of double teams, triple teams. Teams are obviously coming at you, and it really hasn't seemed to slow you down much. Can you talk just about evolving your game, not just where you're looking for shots, but the passing that you've been doing this season? You had a couple really nice back cuts tonight.
Yeah. I mean, our coaching staff has been really, really just like persistent on me being very, very patient, right? When I get the ball, it's if they come, just being patient and poised with the ball. Usually I get sometimes sped up and make, try to get easy buckets from the basket. And when that double team comes, it's hard for me to get it out, or I turn it over sometimes. And so just being poised from the jump, being patient, it also helps when you have, some of the best shooters in the country around you at every position, right? And it's fun to play with them. They understand spacing, they understand when to cut. Like I think Lily had a beautiful cut that just gave us a wide open layup, right? And so I'm just playing with smart, amazing, really, really good players, right? So it makes it fun and easy. But yeah, I want to expand my game and continue just to be able to score at every level, right? And so yeah, just getting better every game.
Coach, rotation has shrunk a little bit here over these last couple of games. Your starters are playing a lot of minutes. Do you worry about that, or is that just kind of where you're at in the season?
It's go time. Yeah, you're on the sprint to March right now, and like I mentioned earlier, 3 of your first 5 games are on the road. Your margin for error on the road is tiny, and momentum is powerful. And so I have shortened the rotation, and primarily because of those things. And so thankfully we get back to the Schollmeyer, and now we get 2 home games in front of a great crowd and a great environment. And but when you're on the road, you guys, it's really, really hard to get road wins in college athletics, not just basketball. And the momentum and margin for error is tiny. And I realize that, and I understand that. And in this group, that 7 is nails. They defend, they rebound, they share the ball. So really proud of them.
We've got Aaliyah up here. She's been a great spark off the bench, but can you talk about just the growth of Taylor Bigby here, especially over these last 2 or 3 games? It seems like she's really doing it all. She did a great job defending Maupin today. She had a lot of points, but most of those came from the free throw line.
Yeah, Bigby, at Kansas spent a lot of energy on Samaya Nichols, and tonight she spent a lot of energy on Maupin, and those are great basketball players. And so the stat sheet isn't always indicative of the impact you have. And so Taylor's so long and athletic and versatile, and I love it. She wants it. She's taking ownership of it, and she has the ability to be one of the best defenders in the country. She is right now, and she's still growing and figuring things out. But her mindset, she wants to be, and that takes the load off Madison, and it takes a huge load off Haley. But she's not the only one. Aaliyah is an elite defender, and Agnes is an elite defender, and Donovan Hunter is an elite defender, and I think Sedona is the best defensive post player in the country. And so, you guys, this unit has the ability to be special on that side of the basketball, but they're learning it. They're starting to figure that out, and it's starting to click, and so it's fun to see their growth.
Sedona, as much pressure as you guys are in and game out, how important is it that you still celebrate? Like when, Madison knocks down that 4-point play, you guys all lose your minds. And even though the game is well decided, how important is that to the success of this team this year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all 20, 21, 22, 24-year-old kids, right? And it's so fun for us to play with each other, right? It's such a special and kind of rare kind of opportunity to be on a team like this, where we all just genuinely enjoy each other. We're very, very talented, but we're all best friends off the court, right? Genuinely. And so it's fun. We lift each other up, right? Some kids have amazing games, some games, right, when we need them, and then others it's whatever, the opposite, right? And so no matter what, right, we're always rooting for each other, always lifting each other up, and just trying to make each other better, but having fun with this experience.
Coach, after the struggles last season, just what does it mean to get off to a start like this to the season?
Well, last year was a blessing in disguise. That group, I think it laid the foundation of who we are as a program. They were resilient. Aaliyah was one of those players that got a blossom and had a ton of game experience that you might have not traditionally had, which is carrying over to this year. And so that season, it's part of inheriting a 1-17 team. You got to navigate it, and we still ended up having the biggest turnaround in the country at the Power 4 level a year ago, and so that springboarded into this year. And so, but what this group's accomplishing right now, you're 17-1, you're 5-0 in league. What they're doing is really special, is really hard to do on any given year. And so it's fun. You embrace these moments when you have teams like this. With the chemistry we have, the talent you have, you know when it's special. And this is really rare and special, this group. And so they say they're 21, 22, 24-year-olds along for the ride. Heck, I'm 43 and I'm along for this ride, enjoying every moment. Because it's hard to get, and especially in today's modern college athletics, with the transfer portal and the money and all the things. You guys, we have just an unbelievable group of young women. And so I'm along for the ride too.
Any final questions?